Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Hearthstone here on the channel. Today we're going to try out a deck that's been giving us actually quite a bit of trouble on the ladder whenever we face it. And it's going to be a version of the Mech Heavy Rogue. I'm going with what mechs that we have. Obviously don't have some of the ones that I would want to put in here, but I'm going to go ahead and go in with a couple of Clockwork Gnomes, a Cogmaster, 2 Eviscerates, a couple of Annoyatrons, a couple of Mech Warpers, some Micro Machines, Phantom Knives for some card draw and some board clear potentially, a Demolisher, a couple of Harvest Golems, an Iron Sensei, a couple of Spider Tanks, Tinkertown Tech, some Mechanical Yetis, a couple of Piloted Shredders, a couple of Assassinates, 2 Clockwork Knights, a Force Tank Max, and Sneed's Old Shredder. I'd love to be able to go in potentially with something like the... where are they? Piloted Sky Golems were a couple that I wanted to put in there, but don't have any as of yet. So I'm going to go in and try to see how this deck fares, maybe make some tweaks to it. Never really played with the Mech Rogue. I've done mainly just like combo decks, trying to get the combos out. But interested to see how this works, if we can have some success and hopefully not get completely shut down by similar decks like I have been. And we're going to go against a Paladin.
I will fight with honor.
Go ahead and trade these two out, keep the Annoyatron, hopefully get a Mech Warper. Do not, but we get a Micro Machine. Unfortunately we're going first, so we're not going to be able to play until turn 2. Just been getting beaten so often by rogue decks like this. Figured to try it out and see how it goes. Probably play the Annoyatron next turn. Maybe if they don't play anything, play the Micro Machine, try to get it started up early. I think I'll go ahead and do that. Let it buff up into a 2-2, and then put out the Annoyatron next turn, hope to get it a block in front of it. If it was something that could probably do that damage straight out, then I would probably go ahead and kill it off. He's going to put out a lowly Squire. We're going to put out the Annoyatron in front so it doesn't kill this off. Could do a Harvest Golem or another Micro Machine, probably won't. Iron Sensei is pretty interesting here, but I would like to get some more mechs up in front of it. Go ahead and do a couple damage here and just pass on over. It's going to get buffed up into... start of each turn. Okay, it's each turn. Probably a 5-2 before it dies, thanks to the Annoyatron blocking some hits. Alright, he's going to kill it off with his hero before it does that. And send his lowly Squire in after he does the Hand of Protection. That's pretty good for him. And I think we're going to put out a Harvest Golem here. Just put something sticky on the board that even if he does inspire it up again and kill it, then we can still kill off his Squire.
Reporting for duty.
A couple of the later game cards in our hand here. Not exactly the optimal, but that gives us an interesting opportunity to kill that off while keeping the Golem alive. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And do we put out the Sensei here? Or do we put out the Micro Machine? I think we put out the Micro Machine, kill that off, and then put out Sensei next turn. And hopefully buff the Micro Machine up with the Sensei. Or he does Consecration. Still probably do the same thing with Sensei, as the 2-1 will probably still get buffed. Or we'll probably just hit it with the Light's Justice here. He does. Not the best for us. Another Harvest Golem. We can go ahead and do that and put it out with the Sensei and get the buff there. Hopefully he's not able to kill the Iron Sensei on this turn, so it can continue to buff our minions up. Maybe get a taunt before the Light's Justice can kill it off. Unless he has another spell here. And he's got a charge card, which isn't the best for us. Doesn't kill off the Sensei with it though. It does kill the Golem. And then I'll hit it with the face to finish it off, summon a reinforced. Don't have anything this turn until we get that Mech Yeti, which is big for us. Kill that off so he can't finish the Sensei off unless we play something else. Buff up to a 6-7 Mech Yeti, going into probably Sneed next turn. As Force Tank Max, not the best compared to Sneed as it has the Death Rattle. Probably won't do the Divine Shield with his hammer because he'll take 7 damage to the face anyway. Guardian of Kings, not great for us. Start working down the Sensei. Could assassinate it, I think, that we just throw Sneed out and hit that. If he wants to go after the Yeti, he can. Ends up getting buffed up again to an 8-4. He'll probably kill off the Sensei, but we have a couple of really good minions on the board that he probably will have some trouble killing at least. Anti-Killbot keeps him alive longer. Recombobulator turns it into not the best for us, the Cobalt Guardian. We can kill it off though if we want. Give friendly mech 1/1 Battle Cry. Go ahead and do that. Give it to Sneed so he can kill this off. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna hit Sneed with it though. Hit him because even if Sneed dies, we can still get the benefit of another legendary minion on the battlefield. Brings him down to 21. If he kills Sneed, hopefully we'll get something just as good, if not better. Champion, not the best for us here. He kills off the Yeti, but he is still going to take quite a bit of damage. Takes him down to 15. We get the Timer Winder. Heals himself again. And does he have anything else? Doesn't look like it. He's going to go into Sneed with that, and we get a Alakir the Windlord, so that is pretty good for us. Has pretty much every effect in the game, the Taunt, Divine Shield, Charge, and Wind Fury, so we're going to be doing quite a bit of damage next turn. And just putting out a Force Tank Max and a Noyatron, and just hitting him a couple times. Looking pretty good so far, especially since we got something good like Alakir out. If it would have given us something like Bone Mage Thalnos, we would have been in not so good of an area, but we probably still could have pulled this out. Take pretty good board clear here to finish off what we have here. Looks like he does have a way to kill off Alakir, but it might still be too late for him. He's gonna do 5 damage to himself, puts him up to 6, and he only has a reinforced. So we end up getting the first game here, it looks like. Stoneman Champion, yeah, we got this. And pretty good, pretty easy victory. Except for some of the early trouble with getting some board presence, he was able to counter us. But able to stick in there until we pull the win out, get a couple of progressions on our quests, and go right back in and hope for another win here. I was trying to do mainly just trying to make interesting decks, but I figure it'd be a little more interesting to try to get and see how high that we can get on a couple of videos instead of just going in and trying some unique stuff but not really finding all that much success, because there are better decks out there. So every once in a while going in and just finding something interesting is good, but it's also nice every once in a while to be able to make some progress and ladder, try to continue onward. Probably go turn 1 Cogmaster, coin out the Spider Tank on turn 2 unless we get something else. Harvest Golem could be an option. Cogmaster is just good to get out there because we will have something to buff it up next turn. And he probably doesn't have anything that he's going to use to kill it. He didn't get to start out with his Cleric, which is very good for us. And there it goes. He doesn't have anything for this turn either. A 3/4 the Harvest Golem. I think I'm going to go with the Spider Tank, just to get something bigger out on the board now. And we have a couple of 3 damage minions with the 3/2 and the 3/4 Spider Tank. got either a Harvest Golem or another Spider Tank next turn, or an Iron Sensei. Unless he does Shadow Word Pain, which is pretty good for him, but that's another turn of his gone. And we just have another Spider Tank to buff that up and do 3 more damage. Iron Sensei is probably the best for next turn if we keep the mech alive. Or else we could just Mech Yeti. He's not looking like he's turning anything or putting anything on the board, so Sensei does look like a really good play here. It's because it's a 2/2 plus a buff. Going to want to get that off the board though. Fan of Knives, don't want to use that. Go ahead and kill it off with that. Just so we can't kill off the Sensei. Continue to buff up next turn. Probably Yeti. Unless we draw something better like a Mech Warper that could potentially make this better for us. That's going to be a bit of a problem here. And Jeff will kill off the Spider Tank, does 1 damage, or 2 damage to all of our minions, kills off everything, but we'll put out the Mech Yeti. Might have been better just to hope for a continued buff and keep one alive, but get that off the board and try to get some more board presence as quickly as possible. If we would have left it alive, then we probably wouldn't have been able to put anything else out. And Shield Master kind of counters the Yeti in a way. Lightwell is interesting for him. Got a couple of Fan of Knives, or else we can just do a couple of Harvest Golems here. And do we attack with the Mech Yeti now? I think we wait until we can actually kill that off so Lightwell doesn't heal up the Ascension Shield Master. Throw the Yeti and the Golem into it next turn, or else we could Yeti and then Fan of Knives depending on what he puts down. As we really don't have anything else as of yet to play. Optimally, he puts down some smaller minions. I didn't know it could turn into a Golden Turnip. He puts down some smaller minions in order to give us some more stuff to kill off with Phantom Knives. Draw a couple cards, especially if we don't get anything better. Bot Steel, he's going to take a couple more of our mechs here. Looks like he doesn't have anything to play right now. Hopefully he doesn't get anything too good, like Sneed would probably be the only really scary thing. A Micro Machine. Not something we want him to have, but Phantom Knives still counters it anyway. Goes ahead and heals himself for 2. Hits us in the face. We're looking pretty decent going in here. What do we draw? An Assassinate. Not going to use it yet, just Phantom Knives. And do we? Yeah, we found a knife again instead of using the Micro Machine, and we get a Clockwork Gnome. So kill that off, kill off the Lightwell, and we are looking good with board presence here. Sneed's Ult Shredder next turn's good unless we need to assassinate something. Here's a good big sticky minion like last time we got Alakir from it, and he gets the Mech Yeti, which isn't great, but we can still counter out with something like the Clockwork Gnome. Don't really see Mind Control Tech that often in regular ladder, but it's a pretty interesting card. Especially if you're able to get one of the better. It might be the state of it. I think I'd rather have one of the Harvest Golems if I were him, however. It's a couple of good minions down, but with Sneed going down next turn, pretty confident we can get some good value out of this. Even with the Imps coming out, put that down. Go ahead and trade into that. Do we attack the Imp Master? I think we do, just to cut out a couple of Imps. And we get a Freeze and a Rusty Horn, which will be good to potentially give either Sneed or Force Tank Max the Taunt. Have a 7/7 with Divine Shield and Taunt. Some minions behind it, or else have Sneed to where make sure he dies first and gets us the extra legendary. I think Sneed's looking the best for us in that regard. Hopefully he doesn't have anything really big to counter it. Shadow or Death could kill off Sneed, but it will still summon the extra minion. So it's kind of an insurance against just Shadow or Death, and we're completely out of rhythm because we don't have anything on the board anymore. Here's one of the reasons I really like Sneed, and it looks like he got our Demolisher. Goes ahead and puts down a Shield Master and freezes Sneed? Yeah, he freezes Sneed. Not too big of a deal. Attacks for 4 damage, gets another Imp. But we can do Taunt on Sneed, or we could combo this out and kill off something that he has, maybe clear off the Taunt. I think I'll save it though, put out the Force Tank, put a Taunt on Sneed, and not hit anything with the Golem. Does do 2 damage to Sneed, which is not the best, but at least still can take a couple hits from some of the bigger minions, or else just a bunch of hits from some small stuff. Force Tank's got us some good damage and a good way to clear through anything big, and Eviscerate can pretty much clear some big stuff off the board, as well as the Assassinate we have. Don't know how many bigger minions we could draw into to really give us a benefit here, but if all goes well, we're looking pretty good. Try to get a 3rd turnip in here. Really never knew they had a gold turnip you can get. Especially seeing how I always do turnips every time I come here. Just try to make all of them turnips, I don't know why. And the Faceless Manipulator on the Force Tank, that's an assassination target at least. You got an Eviscerate, see who our legendary is going to be. That's pretty good Neptulon, even though we don't get the benefit from it. A couple 7/7s. So we have an assassination target now. Can kill off pretty much all of his bigger stuff. Deal 14 damage to the face. And still have some mana, so assassinate that. 4 damage to him, hit it. And do we put out our own Demolisher here, or do we... I think we put out our own Demolisher. Then deal 14 damage to face. One more turn and we have lethal. His Demolisher hits mine, and he only has, what, 6 damage on the board if he doesn't have a bunch of spells. Mind Control is not great for us though. We can freeze it and keep it out of mind for a little while. Hope to deal enough damage with Neptulon and maybe the Demolisher to counter that. Oh, didn't mean to kill off the golden turnip, but that is his whole turn though. So he's got to do 6 damage to us. Brings us down to where we would die the next turn if we didn't have a freeze. He's going to kill off the Demolisher and then do 4 damage to face. And summons another imp, and here we go. Don't end up getting any charge cards. I don't know if we even have any. Go ahead and deal 8 damage to him. We get another freeze. So have a chance to keep ourselves alive for even longer, and Micro Machine's just going to get killed right out of the gate. Might have a win here unless he can kill off both of our guys, or else kill us in 2 turns because of Dagger. He needs something to heal, or else give him a pretty good taunt. Oh, this is a battle cry instead of an effect like the other guy, so he's going to keep it after the mech's dead, which is very good for us. It's all going to depend on if he can either heal himself up quite a bit or put something down that keeps us from dealing lethal, or else kill these guys off. Which I don't know unless he drew into another Shadow or Death as well as a heal, or else another Mind Control and a heal. I don't know if he has that. Could try to buff up and do lethal, but I'm not sure, especially with what he's been playing, if he has the buffs to give his minions a bunch of health and a bunch of attack, and he's running the time pretty low here. So this might be a good sign for us, as it looks like he's just stalling for time. He's going to heal up, and don't think he has anything else to do. Stormwind Champion does have a chance to kill off our board here, actually. But he runs out of time before he can potentially kill off Neptulon and finish him off. Don't think he probably had anything to do it anyway because of the fact that he only have 1 mana left, but get a couple of wins, both using Sneed very much and getting a big effect from him. Thankfully, we were able to get some good legendaries. I'm not sure if we won those if we got something like Bone Mage Thalnos, maybe Lorewalker Cho. But until next time, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time.